Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Masters of the Universe Classics Double Trouble. Double Mischief, due to copyright reasons. The box may say Double Mischief, but this is definitely Double Trouble to me. She's the very first figure in the new Club Etheria subscription, bringing us more characters from the Princess of Power universe. As you can see, she comes in the standard Masters Classics blister card packaging. The back shows off a selection of other figures from the Classics line, as well as gives us a brand new bio for the character. Double Trouble has a really unique look, as far as the females in this line go. She's wearing a helmet-like headdress, which houses her double agent action feature, and sprouting out of the top is a very long ponytail, which billows out into large curls towards the bottom. The ponytail is sculpted, like all of the hair in this line, and it's painted a light blonde color with darker streaks to help bring out the details. She's wearing a light green outfit with dark green accents and leggings. The high pointed collar has a metallic gold on the inside that matches the sash she's wearing around her waist. And on her feet are bright, shiny silver boots. All of the paintwork is very crisp and very clean on this figure. Alright guys, let's go ahead and take a closer look at Double Trouble. We're going to go ahead and run down the articulation on this gal, but first things first. The head is a little different on this figure than we've seen with any of the other figures in this line. And that's because she's got that action feature where the head rotates, very similar to what we saw with Manny faces. So this headdress that she's wearing right here does not turn. That is locked in place. Again, very similar to what we saw with Manny faces. She's got a dial on top of her head that actually rotates the head on the inside. It's not on a typical ball joint, it's actually on a little peg system. And so you can actually turn her head left and right if you want her to, but it doesn't move with the headdress, and of course it doesn't move up and down like a standard ball joint. Now the big ponytail she's got coming out of the top of her head, it's actually a little separate joint from the dial, so you can actually rotate her hair all the way around if you want to, and it doesn't actually turn the face, which is pretty cool. She's got ball joints at the shoulders, so the arms can go outwards, forwards, backwards. You got swivels at the bicep, you've got standard joints at the elbow, you've got swivels at the wrist. You got a nice waist swivel there, so you can turn the body left, you can turn the body right. The dress that she's wearing, the skirt, it's softer than the rest of the figure, but it's not overly gummy. So you can get the legs outwards pretty far. You can get a pretty good straddling pose for the horses there, the steeds. You can get her in a decent sitting pose. You got standard knee joints there. You've also got some pretty nice ankle joints. They're not super tight, but they're not really loose either. And these also have the rockers on them, which I really like. I love the rockers on the ankles there. She's also wearing this really cool kind of translucent green cape. It's softer, flexible. It's like we've seen with all the other capes in this line. It is permanently attached. It's part of the armor that she's wearing, which is non-removable. So you can't take the cape off this particular gal. So, to the head. We're going to go back to that little action feature I just told you about. Like I said, works very similar to Manny faces. All you got to do is turn this dial on the top, and it's going to rotate the head within. So that way we can go from the happy, nice face to the angry, evil face. So that way she can play double agent between the Great Rebellion and the Evil Horde. Very easy to do. Now, like I said, you can pop that off there. I actually just popped the headdress off too. Headdress pops off the top. You can pop the head off there. It's a really weird shaped kind of peg on the bottom there. It's kind of elongated. It's not like an actual ball joint or anything like that. So that snaps on there just like that. And then that's what she looks like without the headdress because I flipped it off the table. But hey, there we go. Closer look at Double Trouble. Since the action feature is similar to Manny faces, I at least wanted to give this head swap a try. It doesn't quite work. The Manny head does not fit all the way on the Double Trouble peg. And while the Double Trouble head does fit onto Manny's peg, it's loose, so therefore turning the dial on the top does nothing. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at the two faces. The sculpts underneath are quite gorgeous, with one face that is soft and kind, and another with high pointed eyebrows that definitely looks as though she is up to no good. Now, the vintage Double Trouble action figure had deeper purple eyeliner and eyeshadow, especially on the evil face. That detail is completely lacking on this Classics figure, and I find that to be a bit of a bummer. The purple eyeshadow, especially on that evil face, really added to that overall mischievous look, and would have made this figure look even better. Now, Double Trouble's accessory is pretty ingenious. She includes this small green crossbow, which can be held in either one of her hands. But what makes this so cool is, just like her face, you can rotate the end of the crossbow to reveal a black and red evil Horde motif. Since all of the other Horde members have their very own crossbows, it only makes sense for Double Trouble to have one while she's pretending to be aligned with them. Alright guys, it's comparison time. Here's a look at the vintage Double Trouble figure from the She-Ra line standing alongside the new Classics figure. Here you can see the similarities and differences for both the nice and the evil faces. So there you go guys, a look at Double Trouble in the Classics lineup. We're going to get several Princess of Power characters for the rest of this year thanks to the added Club Etheria subscription. Double Trouble is one that I'm certainly happy to see added to the lineup. While her articulation may be a bit limited because of her face changing feature, like many faces, I'm glad that they opted to keep it. I feel the character made a great translation into Classics form overall, and it's cool having the option to use her to either bolster the ranks of your evil Horde, or add to the members of the Great Rebellion. Double Mischief, aka Double Trouble, is part of the Club Etheria subscription for 2014, and will be available in July. Until next time,